Today's video is being brought to you by NeverDenyMe.com. Make sure you take a look at the website for all your graphic needs, anything from digital to physical.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy named Matthews, back at it again, my friends, with another digitizing and embroidery video. Today, just wanted to show you guys what I got going on underneath the little thing right here. As y'all can see, we got the SE625 just chilling in the back. I'm trying to show some love on these videos on the PE770, so that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Just wanted to show you guys my little rack, you know what I'm saying? My thread is kind of adding up, you know what I'm saying? I didn't mention it in the video, my previous video. I'm actually still editing it. I don't know if you guys are going to see that one first or this one, but I spent a lot of money on this thread, man. So I'm going to have to start coming up with a way to price designs based on the amount of colors, because this stuff definitely adds up. So again, I'm going to be using some felt. I have my my 4x4 hoop. Again, if you guys are new or just your first video for me, this machine does up to 5x7. It can fit way larger hoops, but it only stitches up to 5x7 at one time. Right now, I do have the 4x4-inch hoop in there, and the design is black and white on this machine, so you guys probably can't even tell what this is going to end up being. So that is like the only downside to this machine, is when you put it in there and save designs to the machine, it's just blocked, so you can't really see what it is. I got the black all loaded up. You see, tells you exactly how to thread it. It says hoop here, do this, go down, there's numbers on it, and all that type of stuff right there, right? Now, I didn't thread the needle. Should have actually did that. Matter of fact, I'll show y'all right on camera. So there's just a little thing on the side. You guys can see right there. Boom. And tells you what to do. It says pull this lever down to go ahead and thread the needle. So I already have it in there. Again, it's at the top. Once the needle is threaded, that's what it looks like. It throws it in there, you feel me? And we're going to go ahead and hit this green button and start the first part of my design. Actually, let me get this ready. Let me show y'all what I got to be looking at. Back. So it tells me the first part is black based on the colors there. Now these look pretty similar, but what it is the first one actually tells me where I need to put my fabric. The second one is a tack down stitch and ties the fabric down. Then that's when I bust out the applique scissors and cut it out. This one actually shouldn't take too long, so let's get started. Size patch. And there you have it. So again, that's the size. Actually looks like a controller, huh? Like we about to play some PS10 up in this thing. That's the new controllers coming out, man. Man, you heard it here first. That's what they look like. I'm gonna go ahead and throw this fabric in here. Again, I'm choosing to use felts, because with felt, as long as there's not too much like empty space within the design, felt is fine, because again, it's just an extra layer, and I'm going to put stitches on top of it. So we have, you know, cutaway stabilizer on the bottom, which is going to stay. You can go through the washer, all that type of stuff. So we got that. We got this in between, and then we got another layer of fabric on top, which is going to be the color of the thread. So there's no empty space in my design. If I were to have some empty space, you can actually use the felt as a part of the design. I'll show you guys that in the future, because I already have some stuff in mind. But yeah, let me just throw this in there and get to stitching, baby. Make sure you guys thumbs up to this video as well, and subscribe to this channel if you're not already subscribed, because I got a lot more, baby. Creativity don't never stop. Let's go. Alright, I wanted to show you guys something real quick. This may or may not happen with you guys, but usually when I export a design, for some reason it always throws like a little speck of color that has no design in it. Let me see if it'll actually focus. There it is. So it tells me I need to put in black thread, or keep the thread in, to do a little tiny, I can't even see where my fingers at. Yeah, to do that super tiny little stitch right there. So I had to remove that from the actual design. But the good thing about it is these buttons right here on the side, if you guys see these on your machine, that's to go back an entire color, that's to go forward an entire color, and then these are plus or minuses or by threads. So some machines, I don't know how this machine does it, but some machines, you press the minus button, it'll jump back 10 stitches, jump forward 10 stitches. Other ones will jump up, you know, back it up 100. or sometimes it goes just one step back in case you missed it, in case your needle breaks or something like that in the middle of your design. You don't have to do the whole thing over. If you actually catch it when it messes up, you can fix it. So me, with my machine telling me that there's this black color, that's the black background, my bad, is telling me it's highlighted on that. I know I don't want to do that because that's a mistake. I'm pressing the plus button on the thread, and it's actually going to go to the next color. So the next color is actually Pooter, which is the machine's way of saying, hey, put gray in there. All right, and here's the design cutout as well. I actually went ahead and used, of course, the good old embroidery scissors right here. So go ahead and do that. Get real close to the design. Now again, you don't have to worry about the little stitches and stuff like that getting super close, because at the end of my design I always do, you know, overlaying stitch to cover all that stuff up and make it look nice all at the end. So for those of you who use, you know, these scissors that your machine comes with, you might want to upgrade to those because they're a lot better. You can get a lot closer to the design without cutting stuff up. So let's go ahead and throw that Pooter in and get started, baby. Almost done already. Whole bunch of bobbin thread down there too. That ain't running out no time soon, my boy. Just throwing a little shading on the design. That's going to be like the shadow of all the letters. So we're throwing that on first in the back, because sometimes stitches do overlay. So if this is going to be the shadow, it doesn't matter if it gets covered up slightly by some stitches. And the way I designed this too makes it to where I probably don't even have to cut those jump threads. But just because I'm a perfectionist, I'm going to go ahead and cut them anyway, even though they're going to be overlaid with white thread anyways on top of it. Check that out, y'all. You might think it's done, but it's not done at all. But this is what it's going to look like for the most part. So now we're actually going to throw in some white thread and fill in an overlay of where that felt is at, to actually make it, you know, a longer lasting patch. Because felt, you know, that's just our base of this design. So yeah, we're going to throw some white thread on top of that, and then we're going to hit it with a border, and we're going to be done. So as you guys can see, I ain't just making this up, man. My machine is telling me exactly what to do. So for those who keep asking, when do I know to change the color? Is my machine going to tell me? How do you do it? Is it one color at a time? Can I put all the thread in? Nah, man, depending on the machine that you have, you know, you might be able to put in more than one color. Mine can only put one color. That's on this machine and on the SE625 that I have. Both of these only accept one color. As you guys can see, the thread holder right there. One color. Don't worry though, it's going to tell you when it's time to do the next color. It's going to stop. Alright, you good. Almost done, y'all. Just throwing this black outline on the design to make that white pop off a little bit more. Or a lot more in this case, as you can see. It's definitely making that design look a lot nicer, man. Small details matter, baby. Small details matter. The very next step is going to be a thick border. Now this looks nice, but then when it comes time to cut it out, you're going to be like, you know, what's going on? That don't look too nice. If you have to cut it out with just a very thin looking border like that. So at the end of all my designs, I do throw, you know, as you can see right there, which is coming up next, a very thick border around the edge to make it easier to cut out. It just looks nicer. But yeah, this black border is definitely playing a significant role in this design. Again, if you guys have not already hit that thumbs up button, man, go ahead and do that for me, man. Show support. I appreciate you guys. I just want to show you guys my creativity. I want to turn your guys' designs into, you know, some physical form. I appreciate everybody who watches my channel, leaves me feedback, you know, shares my content, follows me on Instagram, all that good stuff, man. I appreciate that nice looking border versus the unfinished one there in the center, looking crazy. But then along the sides, it looks very nice. I gotta make a couple more of these. There it is. All right, so yeah, no clumping in the back. You can actually see the design like straight through the front and the back. Colors and everything, very nice. Real quick though, I wanted to show you guys this. This is one of the pluses of having the PE770. Is the speed. Now the first time I did it, it did take quite a while, but I wanted to make sure, you know, everything was, you know, 100% good, because this is the first time I did, you know, physically stitch this out. I stitched it, you know, digitally on the computer. I watched how to stitch. Everything looks good. That's why I decided to throw it in the machine. But now we're about to turn it up. So on this machine, if you guys have the PE770, you can click this button right here, and where it starts off by saying name of color, you can actually slide this over and see max embroidery speed. So the first time I did it, it was on 350. I boosted that bad boy up to 650. So I know I'm kind of early off in the design, but it's just set out super quick. Like, it did it fast on 350, but now 650, way up to speed. As you guys can see too, my tension is on 0, which means that my thread is not actually being, you know, tugged all the way to one side or whatever. Just as an example, I don't know how good your guys' memory is, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys how fast this pooter stitches out while it's on 650. So I'm just gonna press the back button, get back in here. I did already, again, thread it up, so it's ready to go. The light is green, and let's go ahead and throw in this this shadow. So it starts off slow in the beginning, but it can speed all the way up to 650. So the machine is smart enough to kind of know when it should go fast and when it should slow down. It's going so fast, my camera ain't even catching it, man. This thing look like a blur. Way faster. The machine is killing it, baby. Putting in that work. NeverDenyMe.com, man. Don't forget, show some love. Don't leave without hitting the thumbs up button. Patches all done, all cut out. For this design, customer opted out on having the iron-on backing. So as you guys can see in the back, or you may or may not see, the backing is not shiny like the iron-on would be. Yeah. So we made 4 in total. They told me that these were going to be hats, so we sized them appropriately to be able to fit for a hat. And then just as a test, by the way, I did use my applique scissors to go ahead and cut these out of the stabilizer. I tried to use these a little bit. Those worked a little bit. They went back to the applique scissors. It just helps to have such a pointy, fine tip on there. And maybe if I sharpen my blade on this, get some new tips, that'll work as well. But anyways, just because this was a sample and it said it was going to be for a hat, I just, you know, did a sample and put one on the hat real quick. Iron it on to have a temporary hold, and then make sure you like you know, hand sew it or use glue to make it permanent. I don't know if you guys remember, but maybe I'll throw a card in the video. There was a hat that I put a patch on and I glued it down, and I did like an update like over a year later, and the patch was still on the hat until I ripped it off to test out another design. So yeah, I think this came out great. Again, I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, don't leave without hitting that thumbs up button, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.